they go together. Functions are a special type of relation. And we are going to determine today what makes them special and what the characteristics are. So our learning target for today, our goal at the end of the period, is I can determine if a relation is a function. Chandler, can you please pull your britches up? Can you pull your pants up? Thank you. Alright, so I can determine if a relation is a function. Are we ready? Yes.
Would that make our word function?
Yes, our vocab word is function. Awesome.
Job, Sarah.
Good job, Sarah. Hey boys, you're right here beside me, and so your constant whispering in my ear is distracting me, so I can only imagine what it's like for your crew. Stop. Thanks, love ya. No, you can't, because we're doing our lesson. No. Are we ready? Okay, here we go. Alright, so our vocab word today is what? Function. Yes. Conjunction, junction. What's your function? All kinds of exclamation marks. We are super excited about functions. All right, ready? Okay. So a function, or let's start that way. A function is a relation we're writing where each x has what do you think it has?
Two numbers.
What kind of numbers?
Positive and negative. X and Y.
If we're graphing,
X and Y.
so each x has what?
A Y.
How many?
2.
One.
What is wrong?
One.
Each x has only one y. Now, what do you think that means? That your x value can only have what? So if I had 2, could I also have 3 as my y value and 4 as my y value? If my x was 2, so if I wrote this, if my x was 2, and I said 3, could I also write 2, 4, and it be a function? Based on this. It says each x has only one y.
Yes.
How many y values does this x have? 2. Can it have 2? No. It can only have 1. So x cannot repeat. X cannot repeat. Are we ready for some characteristics?
I guess so, yeah.
We're not? So you're not done writing?
No, I'm not right. I just don't want to do it.
Why did it?
Give him a good stuff.
It's his grade, not ours. Alright, characteristics. Here we go. So, it has to pass a vertical line test. Now, which way is vertical? Up and down. Okay? So, a vertical line would look like this, correct? We are going to draw a vertical line through our graphs, and it's called the vertical line test. So it says, if you draw I think they're under that tower, but if they're not, is there any over there? Okay. Alright, so if you draw a vertical line through the graph it, being the vertical line, can only cross once. And we're going to talk about what that looks like and what that means. So don't worry if you don't quite understand yet. I'm going to draw you an example. You're going to need 3 different color markers. Yes. Nothing. Alexis and I are besties. Alright, ready? Alright, so we're going to write some examples of what a function is and some non-examples of what a function is, or what if it's not a function. So our first example that we're going to do, take one of your colors. Take one of your colors, and you're going to draw an X and a Y axis. So this is what it looks like on a graph, and label it X and Y. Just take one of your colors and draw that. Are we ready?
Yes.
We're just drawing axes. Come on, guys. Okay.
It's hard to draw these using their markers
All right, next, take your other color. And I want you to draw a line like this. With another color. So 2 different colors so far.
Okay.
Now, one of our characteristics said, if you draw a vertical line through the graph, it can only cross once. So what does a vertical line look like? Straight up and down, correct? So now take your third marker. Your third marker. And we're going to draw a vertical line through this graph. Now, I'm going to draw mine here. How many times did I hit the pink line? Awesome. Do we agree or disagree? Now, if I draw another vertical, yes,
Can we draw that line, that one line?
yes.
You say 4 colors?
3.
All right, now, if I draw this same line down here, how many times would it go through it?
2.
Right here. Just this line, how many times did it cross? Once. So, how many times is it going to cross the line no matter where I draw my vertical line? Once. One time. So, is this a function? Yes, this is a function. So, it can only cross once for it to be a function. Function. Now, that passed the vertical line test. Now, let's talk about why. Let's talk about why that is. Now, we said that x cannot repeat, correct?
Yeah.
So if I draw, I just want everybody to watch for a moment. If I draw a graph like this, this is my x, this is my y, okay? Don't draw this, I want everybody to just watch. And I drew one that looks like this, okay? If I drew an S, crazy chaos function, and I draw a vertical line, how many times is it going to hit?
1, 2, 1, 3.
3. I hit right here, and right here. Now, the reason why, we said that x cannot repeat, correct? So to get to this point, we would say go right 2 and up 1. How could we get to this point? Right 2, up 4. So if this is 2, 1, and this is 2, 4, what do they have in common? The 2, the x value. Can x repeat?
No.
No. That's why it's not a function. Alright, so let's draw another non-example. So take your first color and draw an x and y axis. Take your second color and draw a graph that looks like this. Ready? Take your third color. We're going to draw a vertical line. How many times did it hit?
3.
1, 2. You counted the axis, and that's okay. Just remember, it's got to hit the colored line. So that's not an example. That's not a function. I know. Now let's write another characteristic, and it's a small one. X cannot repeat, but Y can. X cannot repeat, but Y can. Yay? Yes, no, maybe? It's not super difficult, right? All right, we're going to do another example and another non-example. No. After that, you get your work. All right, so an example, we're going to do an ordered pair set. So write your bracket.
Where?
Under example. You drew a graph so big that it took up the whole thing? Then write it underneath down here.
I wrote my, what's it called down there? Did you say right underneath?
Underneath the
But
paper.
I wrote my learning targets Flip the page?
Sure, flip the page. Problem solve and find some room, guys. Okay, so write your bracket. We're going to write, here's my numbers. And I want you to make sure that I'm right. So don't write until I finish, okay? Did any of my x's repeat?
Yeah.
No.
No.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, my x values did not repeat. This is x, this is y. This is x, this is y. This is x, this is y. X cannot repeat, but what? Y can. So it's okay that I have two y values.
Can we write it down?
Oh, okay.
Yep, write it down now. So when you finish writing down your example, draw a mapping diagram for a non-example. A mapping diagram for a non-example. This right here. So remember, x cannot repeat, but y can. Now I'm going to show you what it looks like in a mapping diagram when x repeats. Get super excited. That was no excitement. I need super excitement. There we go. I haven't written down the numbers or anything.
Okay.
That's a mapping diagram.
Okay, now I know it.
Alright, so please write negative 2, 5 in your x column. And negative 3, 2, 4, and 8 in your y column. Hold on. Alright, so now this is what it's going to look like if it's not a function. X cannot repeat. So my x value repeats because I have two arrows. My x value repeats because I have two arrows. So that is not a function. Oh. Yes. Of course.
Always.
Is that better? Okay. That's negative 3, 2, 4, 8. Hey. What you doing? Put it away. Now, if it has two arrows, that means x repeats, and x cannot repeat. Can our y value repeat? Fantastic. So could we have multiple arrows go into one y? Yeah. All right, so tonight your homework is you're going to have some problems, and you're going to have to tell me if it's a function or not. Okay? I'm going to hand it to you now. All right, so you're going to have to tell me if it's a function or not a function. You're going to have to cut them out, so you could work on that now. And then you're going to glue it or tape it or attach it with something on the function side or not a function side. Do not cut this. You cut this. And you're going to have to tell me if it's a function or not. Now, make sure on the graphs that y is at the top and x is side to side. It tells you the way it's supposed to go, guys. So make sure y is the correct side up. Does everybody understand?
Yeah.
You're just telling me whether it's a function or not.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Mary.